Hi again, and welcome to Tai Chi For You. So, tonight I wanted to talk a little bit, and most of the time I talk to the new people. So, I've been having a lot of new students showing up for the Tai Chi classes at the Northbridge Senior Center. And we were just talking about, okay, maybe we should change the time, or is it the day, or it doesn't matter. You could change it for somebody and it would just upset everybody else that made the time, I guess, to be there. Or you could put it out there that, okay, I'm going to do it on a Friday. Well, and then you talk to five people and Friday isn't good for them. But, oh, Thursday would be. And then it just doesn't work. You can't please everybody, I guess, is the idea. So we are having Tai Chi classes on Monday. And this is every Monday, ongoing. We meet about 10:45. We start the class about 11, and we go till noontime. So if you can make it, great. These are open to everybody, any age, any level. If you have and that's what I'm getting. People have been coming in, the new students that are finding it because they're hearing about Tai Chi in the news, or they're hearing it from their doctors. The doctors are recommended that he find a Tai Chi class. So that was really good. Or they're just, reading up on things where they're starting to feel achy, or they just, don't know, I guess, what type of workout they want to be doing next, or if they never worked out and they think Tai Chi might be good. Tai Chi's going to be great for you. It really does. I'm not saying it's the magic bullet that will cure everything, but and it's not just with Tai Chi, it's if you're consistent with anything, you're going to improve. So you want to improve your balance, you want to improve your breathing, your immune system. I brought along with me tonight just some information because I can sit here and talk about it, and you really just have to research things on your own. So a couple, and again, you can get DVDs. They still make DVDs out there, and just basic, Tai Chi. Here's another one. Just one person showing you some basic Tai Chi moves. The next two I want to show you, these are some of my teachers. Again, we're all students all the time, so I'm always doing a workshop or a seminar. And this couple right here, they're in Texas. Get it pointed the right way. And I had the pleasure of meeting them actually a couple of years ago. A few of us were invited down there for a workshop, so I was able to attend and spend some time with them. This is one of my first student. Oh, she'd kill me. This is one of my first teachers right here, and this woman really taught me a lot about Tai Chi. She taught me how to teach Tai Chi. So that was the little niche that got me interested in finding out more. And right now she's in Florida. She has a business down there. She's also a doctor, so she incorporates the Eastern and Western approach to healing certain things. And I was and this is what I tell everybody, oh, Google it. You hear that all the time. So I Googled benefits of Tai Chi. So you think I could figure out how to print it out? I don't have it with me. But when you look, there's the Mayo Clinic, there's universities all over the place that do research and talk about how it, helps you with stress and improves bone density, all the different benefits of Tai Chi. And this book, again, you can tell I refer to it quite a bit, but it's the Harvard Medical School Guide to Tai Chi. And it's pretty in-depth. He'll show you some of the moves with pictures, but I just highlight page after page after page. It's just great source of information, and you can find this on the internet. So, um, again, a great book to help you kind of understand and follow. You could follow along with the book. He takes you through a 12-week bit. Another book that I use quite a bit is just the Tai Chi Essentials. It's let me get there she is, and the author of this, I met him when I was in Florida a few years ago, and I mentioned it on some past shows, but I don't know if I had the book with me or not. But very nice gentleman. He had a class, and I just happened to find it, so I attended and went up to him afterwards and commented that I enjoyed it. And he goes, "Oh, I noticed you follow along quite well." And I told him, "Well, up north, I teach a class." But I said, "You were very good." I said, "You should write a book." And this is what he goes, "I did." And he actually has his wife on the cover. So kudos to that guy. And again, he signed it for me to a new and hopefully long-term student. So I would like to meet up with him again. I did have the chance to go to Florida, and I wasn't able to connect with him, but I'm sure he's down there. We actually practiced right on the beach. So that's a great place to do Tai Chi. And the last book I want to show you, and he does mention quite a bit, but this is, we all know, Tom Brady. And he mentions Tai Chi is one of the methods that he uses to just kind of center himself. And his wife actually, I met someone that worked with his wife when they lived up here, and they did Tai Chi, some yoga and Pilates and all that. But yeah, it's good enough for these guys. It's good enough for us, right? So I just wanted to bring these with me today, just to show you that there's a lot out there. Really, the Tai Chi is sort of still in its infancy, maybe stages here. It's compared to how maybe yoga was 40 years ago when people talked about yoga and everybody just kind of freaked out and didn't know what it was. And, oh, it's, you had to have special clothes and, all the different, unless you went to a class and found out a little bit, you're just hearing things. And so people are hearing things, what's Tai Chi, what? And so come to a class, find out, ask questions. I encourage the students, ask questions. I was the biggest question asker, I guess, when I was in a classroom or taking some classes like that. So, all right, why don't we get everything together here? If you have, you need to clear out a little bit of space, grab some water. It was another hot one today here in New England. Oh, that's the other thing. Welcome. I have the Facebook page that I have. I was able to find some buttons. I was fooling around on that. And we have more views and more people liking us that are in, I have Spain, Australia, someone new in England. I did have England before, but it's spreading, I guess, in England now. So, and I think there were 32 states in the United States, and of course, lots of likes here in Northbridge, Mendon, Uxbridge. Sutton had quite a few, and Grafton. So I think those were the top ones locally where we're located. But all right, so let's get up. Again, really, you don't need special clothing or props. I do like to have the stool handy. It's there if you need it for balance. It's just, I don't want to say it's don't think of it as a crutch. It's there if you need it, and really use it. It's only going to benefit you, because whatever move that we're doing, if the best you can do is lift your leg up this high, you're getting the same amount of benefits as that person that's doing this, or that person that this, or if I could do this, that's what I'd have to do to get the same benefit as your where you are. So we start off with our warm-ups, and we do our one that we call ringing the temple bell. And while we're doing this, we're thinking of sort of the principles. And one of them is the 70-30 rule, where we don't overdo anything right now. We're shifting and turning. And the other one is the breathing. We talk about that. And that's long, deep, slow breathing technique, because you want to get that breath deep down in the lungs. You want to exchange that stale air, get that out. Bring in plenty of fresh air. And we're waking up the chi. You could do a little tap, slap, wake up the sides, get the blood flowing. You could, if you have room and you want to go out a little bit further, let the arms just flail. Is that a word? Is that what it is? We'll do 3, 2, 1. Good. And just shake it out a little bit. And remember, we talked about how the body, and it's not just the body, everything really just moves in circles. When you talk about how the universe and the stars and all that, but you know, bring it down, bring it down. The body likes to move in circles. So let's just circle the shoulders a little bit. And again, it's not about how many you can do in a minute. We're really trying to connect to ourselves at this point. We're trying to slow the mind down. We've all had busy days. And then just do a few in the opposite direction. So this is one technique for the shoulders. The other one, I don't want to say it's more advanced, but it's, or difficult, it's just different. The arms are out front, but the shoulders are relaxed, the elbows are down, the wrists, the fingers are relaxed. And now you want to visualize the center of the back is where all the action, I guess, is taking place. That's the mechanism. That's where the engine, where the drive is coming from, the energy. So picture that starting to circle, and it comes out into the shoulders, the arms, right out into the fingertips. And boy, I don't know if the mic's picking up the crunchies on this one, but yeah, that's a good, you can see how it's pulling the shoulder blades back. And you could try a few in the opposite direction. And just roll them out like that. Good. And just shake it out a little bit. And just some light, gentle, just rolling the head. So again, if with any exercise, and I think the words weren't across the front, consult the doctor. If you go to a chiropractor and they don't want you to do this one, ask them, again, ask questions. Not just with doctors, with me, with anybody that you're trying to learn. Maybe he'll recommend just a front and back approach. And again, I'm not overdoing it. Good. And the same thing, let's drop down and do some hip. We call it the slow motion hula hoop. But just think of the side, the back, the side, the front. And incorporate the breath. And if you think about this one, again, sort of an advanced thought, but the head is in the opposite direction of the body each time. So if my hips, my body, my head's on this side, I'm going to the front, the head's sort of falling back over to this side, and then do a few in the opposite direction. Or if you want to try it different, think of the figure 8. So try that one, bring it into the center, and around, and back in, and around, and then opposite direction. Good. Now let's drop down to the knees. Again, you don't want to put a lot of pressure there, but we're just circling. I'm just lightly, hands are on the kneecaps. And I'm not dropping down too far. I'm just circling, sort of going down, coming up that way. Good. Same thing. Now you could use your stool if you want. You could just roll the ankle. And again, beginners, don't worry about it. If it doesn't look exactly what I'm doing, but you're moving, remember, movement is medication. So let's just roll it around. Bring it around. The other one you could do while the camera's here is just lift the toe, lift, lift. And you want to just even it out. You did some on the other side. Or you could even do some of the toe raises. So are they necessarily Tai Chi warm-ups? I don't know. I'm sure they practice this for dance. I guess dancers, yeah, they must have to have all kinds of warm-ups and stretches. But I guess what I was taught was, instead of going right into a stretch, do some circles first. Let's circle with the arms. This one's a great one. Try to, if you want to do an exercise every day, just try starting off with just this one. So palms are facing downward, and we're making large, not overly large. I kind of refer to a basketball size. And you circle. Again, you want to start to feel internally. This is for you. You want to see how it benefits you. Start to feel that. And remember to breathe. And then we're going to slowly start to turn the palms facing up and go into a smaller rotation or circle. Maybe you think of a baseball size circle. Okay? And do it for how long? I'm just demonstrating. And then go back or opposite direction with the larger one with the palms down. And then slowly turn the palms up and go into that baseball size circle. And then from here, this one's called open the door, close the door. So if you want to think of it that way, or if you want to think of that machine in the gym, we're opening, closing. And the same thing, reach up, pull down, visualize them light going up, but pulling a resistance coming down. And then go in the opposite direction. Visualize the resistance of a weight pushing up and let it come down. Weight pushing up, let it come down. One more. Good. And right there is a nice little feeling. Let's do our final one we call the 500 claps. And again, not to get in too much, I'm just demonstrating, but a clap, what they consider a clap in Chinese is more like a tapping. Or you make that little cupping. And we go up the outside of the arm. And this is where the meridians, the energy flows, and down the inside of the arm. So you don't have to go too hard or too fast. And again, listen to your body. If it feels good, stay right there and do a few on the forearm before you come up and down. And then switch hands. So I'm coming up the outside of the arm, and then I'm coming down on the inside of the arm. So again, it might feel good. Stay right, a little bit extra. Again, listen to your body where it might need it. Or you can brush. Don't think of it as you have to have, again, different versions. You can follow along brushing if you'd like. Or if you really want to get into it, some hard bring it right down hard, okay? Same thing with the legs. You go down the outside of the leg. This is where the energy, where the meridians, pathways are. So we're moving the chi, or just getting the blood moving, all right? That's all you got to think about. Drop down. The goal is to get to the ankles, if you can, and come up the inside of the leg. So again, if you had a prop and it's a table, you can put your leg up there. So you can go down the outside, reach the ankle a little bit easier, and come up the inside. Or if you wanted to try it balancing, same thing, down the outside of the leg and come up the inside of the leg. Go to the back where the kidneys are. And we lightly drum. We're not, this isn't one of the ones where you can build more resistance to it. You just lightly drum this area just to kind of get things flowing in that area right there. Again, into the front now, where we just get the belly going. Or if you want to have the kids join you, do it like make believe the horses are coming. And then you want to work your way up the center line to where you could actually, a couple different variations. You could stay right in the center. This is a great place to do that deep breathing and exhaling. Work your way out to the sides, right underneath the clavicles, and just tap like that. Or if you want to get the kids involved, okay, kids, they like this. And then work your way around to the back, the neck, and come up and around, up the base and around, just like that. Now you want to go under the eyes. Good. And then under the nose. And we talked about this in class. These are acupressure points. Good. Then shoot one arm up and start on this. Coming down underneath the arm, all around that armpit area, right down to the side. So it's coming right down the forearm, underarm, and then right down the side. We do both sides to balance out. So again, it could be a brushing technique for you till you build up, and or if you don't want to build up, but if you are into like a martial art or lacrosse or something like that, and you get, you know, you're going to get speared maybe right there. Be prepared for it. Have a little muscle memory of what it feels like to get hit right there. Good. And then on the fingertips and a few karate chops on both sides. Get the wrist going. And good. And just shake that out. So those are really some of the basic warm-ups that we do before we get into some of the talking about energy or talk about meditation, or we practice some of our Tai Chi moves. Let's have a quick drink. I switched to green tea. That's a good drink. So, all right, what I want to talk about next is just, well, let's go over some of the basics. When we talk about the power centers, we have a lower power center, which is the, they call it the Dantian, or the lower power center. And this is where it's the energy of where you're trying to connect to self. Again, that gut feeling we talk about. That's, again, East and Western. We say our gut feeling when we want to trust something. Should we trust that to be safe, to cross the street or whatever? We kind of get that feeling about trusting something. And then the heart center, this is where the energy is you connecting to others. And you see this in any culture for centuries. Everybody and they breathe and they sigh and they hold their heart center and when they're trying to connect to others or they have a thought about somebody else, it's nice. And the third is that wisdom or knowledge center they talk about, and that is you connecting to a higher source. And again, this isn't a religion or a cult or anything. Your higher source could be whatever you want it to be. Angels, Mother Nature, whatever. It's something else that's out there that you are asking for guidance, I guess. Or, right, again, everybody like, wow, where are my keys? And you put your hand here. You might check your pockets first, but everybody does this. Or, show me a sign, and people energize and they put their hands here to that power center. So those are the three main ones that we talk about when we try to be aware of when we're practicing our Tai Chi or even our meditation. We kind of break it down into that way. The other power centers, again, we have them in the palm of the hand, on the bottom of the foot, sort of the center of the foot right there. That's good for when you want to stay grounded, they call it, or just centered. You want to just kind of drop in. And again, you use the hands, you visualize you're maybe holding on to that stool or invisible cane, or they talk about having roots coming out of the base of the feet and coming out of the hands to ground you, or pulling up earth chi. All that, again, energy is just being open-minded skeptic. So let's try this new exercise. And it's called bone washing. We put one hand with the palm facing outward, firmly on the back, just like that. This hand is palm facing down. And we bring up energy, or just draw the hand up, and just sort of wand or scan the body. And if you don't want to go with the just think of it as just a moving exercise. I'm stretching the fascia and the ligaments and the tendons, and I'm remembering that breath, and I'm feeling grounded. Try it again. Now see if you maybe picking up that, kind of had that sinus headache. All right, recognize it, accept it. Maybe that stuffy nose or throat, or stiffness in the shoulders or the hips. Your knees are bugging you, whatever it is, and just let it go. So now on the third one, it's drawn up, and the energy is just scanned, going where it's needed. Again, for a nice healing feeling. So drawing up on the other side, and just do your wanding or scanning. And I guess the people that know Reiki, they kind of understand a little bit where I'm trying to go with this. But for anybody else, it's just, again, just be open-minded. You might not feel anything. It took me a long time. But I'm just doing a full body cleanse. I'm not really, anything's not really bugging me too much today. I feel pretty good. And just putting some nice clean energy in, all the way down and out. Good. Shake it out a little bit. Now, for those of you that maybe do have a little bit of something going on, this last one we're going to do is called Freedom Fist. And this is where we think about that negative thought or that stiffness or something's going on that's bugging you. You make a fist and you have that thought and you squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Breath in, and just let it go. And you do that 2 or 3 times. And then when you're ready, you feel better. Now we want to receive, open the palms up, receive some nice, fresh, clean energy. And some nice, happy thoughts, whatever it is. Just breath in, breath out. And the tiger returns to the mountain. Great. All right, so those are just a few of the things that I wanted to talk about tonight. I wanted to extend that invitation out to everybody for the Northbridge Senior Center Tai Chi on Mondays, 10:45 till noon, and that's for all ages are welcome. You don't have to be from Northbridge, surrounding towns, or if you have, we've had students bring in guests from Pennsylvania. There was a group that actually came in that took a class, or they have their sister visiting from somewhere. Bring them in. I think they'd enjoy it anyway. It's again, be an open-minded skeptic to this. Come on over, have some fun, learn a few new things. And next week I'm going to talk about Uxbridge is having something going on. I just got the paperwork, and I'm going to be. It's sort of like a Uxbridge Family Fun Day type thing. I forget the name of it, but it's going to be right in the town center, and I'm going to be there with a booth. So I'll be doing some live demonstrations. Stop by, say hi. We can talk about Tai Chi, Qigong, this weather we're having, whatever. Okay, so until next week, Tai Chi for you.